So if you stuck along for this long, it's story time. So I recently had a situation where the room showed me exactly who I was. So recently I went to an event, and typically my son, he doesn't go to big events. It's just been us, the family and things like that. So he's really not around like too many energies. So I knew going into it that, like I tell you guys, the importance of protecting your children, protecting their star, protecting their energy, and things like that. So if you don't know, go back to that message. So I talk about these things because it is very important to protect your children. So going into it, I knew that I had to do my thing. I had to do a little extra protection. So I go to this event with my family, and I noticed that my energy shifted, which it typically do, but it shifted the room in such a profound way that also enlightened me to different things. So I was talking to this young lady's mother that was at the event. Mind you, I was talking to her mother. I knew that it was the mother first, and then the mother told me that individual was her daughter. So I'm talking to the mother, and I understood that the mother kind of was like going through her own personal, warfare. She was going through her own spiritual battle. She was also fighting her own personal demons and things like that. One thing about it is I don't judge when it comes to things like that. And one thing why people can never send me demons, and when they send me things like that it doesn't work, it only backfires, is because by the end of that conversation, me and that demon will have our own personal handshake, and we will be laughing and busting it up and be cool. And it takes that level of accountability and not running from yourself, and from what's going on to understand that. So I can fully rock with a person, and I can truly respect a person who takes accountability in where they are, especially when spiritual things like that is happening. And the mom was also telling me like she's just so thankful to be here because last week she had a incident where she felt like she was about to lose her life. And because she was rerouted and taken a different way in that situation, she's like truly thankful. And I respected that. I understood that. So also my masculine, he was there. He was, conversating, catching up with a few people, things like that. And, he's doing his thing. So there was a point where he was standing by the door, and I'm still talking to this lady mother, and I have my baby in my lap and things like that. So the daughter of the lady I'm speaking to comes and sit down. To my knowledge, when she first came sit down, she wanted to act cool. She wanted to act like, she was cool and cordial. So that was why my masculine was there. That's what I also noticed in that shift too. So I noticed that when my masculine left, that's when her projection, and that is where she felt like that was a perceived vulnerable moment to attack. So her mother said something, and her mother said, isn't is she said, isn't her baby such a beautiful baby? She immediately gets an attitude, and she's like, I gotta go. So she storms off. And I'm like, okay. It was a bit weird to me because, it's a child. Okay. But like I said, knowing what I know and knowing that protecting your children is important, that's why I do the things and I speak on the things that I do. So, it is what it is. So I'm still talking to her mother or whatever. And like I said, I'm in my own zone in this event. My husband, he's doing his thing. He's conversating. He's coming back and he's checking on me and things like that. But she's seen where she thought it was a vulnerable moment because she seen that protection that she perceived left. He left, but didn't realize that this innocence that I carry, this gentleness, this softness that I carry, there's a whole spiritual beast and a spiritual warrior under it that you have no idea of. Okay. So moving on, long story short, we're going to my partner. And here's another thing about it where I notice like, yeah, people will literally get mad because, and they will show their bitterness because when me and my partner and our family, we come together, we already have bright, big energy when we're separate. When we come together, many people aren't used to that type of shine. They're not used to that type of brightness, which I understand, but still keep it cute, be respectful, you know? So, and another thing is people get so mad because of how secure I am within myself. And yeah, he is loyal. He is very protective, and he doesn't play those type of games. He doesn't care about what's going on and what's happening in the room, you know. And to some who's not used to or don't have that security, that will break them. That will literally shatter everything that they thought was possible. So moving on, I'm going to pack up. So my masculine, he is out and he is basically getting the car. It's raining. So I'm packing the baby up and things like that. I say bye to a few people, and I said, I seen the mom as I'm going on my way out, and I said, it was great talking to you. And the mom was like, you're very beautiful. It was great talking to you. The daughter screams across the room, Cap, Mom, you don't mean that. This is just, she needs to go. The room will tell you and show you who you are and what you mean to that room. And like that, like pigs like to roll in mud. In a situation like that, she would want me to go and lay down and roll in mud with her. But they talk and I collect. And that's why I tell you in my e-guide for situations, especially like this, where people will project their perceived negativity on you, thinking that they're doing something, and you're not going to give them a drop of your energy because you understand the power of your energy exchange. You have to understand the power of your energy exchange and the energy that you hold. When you understand that and when you know that, you won't be having conversations, you won't be getting into certain unhinged behavior. You won't be going back and forth. You will stay in your softest era, and you will allow them to talk, and you will collect your assets in silence. That's exactly what you will do. You see, and that's why, like I said, that's why it's important. Comment below, collect, so that you can receive that e-guide, and I can show you exactly how to alchemize and transform, exactly whether good, negative, indifferent, bad, ugly. I can show you how to help you use that energy for yourself, make it work for you. Like I said, if I know the power, most likely they know the power of the energy exchange in the room. And that is exactly why they want that energy exchange. And when you don't give them that energy exchange, all they can do, because you are the mirror, all they can do is sit with it. And they don't get anything from it. But what do you get? You got the energy that they use and thought that they was going to use it to harm you, and you got to alchemize it and to create a bag out of it. And also, I just created an activation out of it. So make sure you comment collect so you can grab that e-guide. All right, guys.